Welcome to this episode of Big Jon and Five, and it's kind of a very special episode because we are at my studios here in my home as opposed to our studios high atop Barley's Tap Room in downtown Greenville, South Carolina. And it's all because of the WuFlu lockdown. And I know it looks like we're sitting close together, but this is just the magic of video. We're actually two counties apart, and but it looks perfectly natural. This is my good buddy on the left, Big Jon Richards, who is our beer whisperer here at Beer to Whiskey. Normally, Big Jon picks our beers. We sit at Barley's, and they've got 70 taps and probably another 30 or 40 different kinds of things in cans and bottles, and Big Jon picks things, and we go from there. Today, though, what we've got are bottles from a brewery that I shot video of in Dayton, Ohio, called Warped Wing, and these are some really good beers that this is a really good beer that they do. And having said all of that, I'm going to turn it over to Big Jon to talk about what we're drinking or going to drink here. Big Jon?
Well, once again, we're
that was a lot. I said a lot. Go ahead, Big Jon.
Once again, we're in a situation where you probably actually know more about the brewery than I do. This will be my first taste of a Warped Wing beer at all. And having looked up what they are and what this beer is supposed to be, I'm obviously pretty excited about it. A big Rye Whiskey Barrel aged Baltic Porter, which, as we've discussed, I think a couple times we've had a couple of Baltic Porters on here, is actually a lager beer. So it's a lager yeast strain, which means it's a long fermentation process, a long storage process, typically to get it out into process. And this is real closely related to Russian Imperial Stout. Obviously, the Baltic states and Russia being sort of close to each other, at least.
At one time, they were all behind the Iron Curtain, but
it's neither here nor there at this point. But the same sort of an idea is was sending this type of beer to Catherine the Great, because she was pretty famed for having sort of demanded that someone make her a big dark beer that would survive the travel. So we take this kind of a beer, and this is 11.5%, which will get your attention if you're not being careful with it. Then age it in some rye whiskey barrels, sort of mellow out some of the harsh notes I would expect, pull some of the spice from that whiskey, and then the barrel notes.
The Baltic Argonaut for Warped Wing is a foundation for a number of specialty beers that they do. I've got at least one more, maybe two more different things down in my beer cooler downstairs. But I just really wanted to sit down with Big Jon and have Big Jon drink one of these with me and get his opinion of it. The brewery itself has been around since about 2013, 2014. It's in Dayton, Ohio, and it's remarkable. There are some really good breweries in Dayton, and I say it's remarkable because you say Dayton, Ohio to somebody, and they're going to go, yeah. But these guys, it was three hometown boys. They found a brewer and brought him in, made him a partner in it, and started this brewery, and it is in downtown Dayton. They've got a great tasting room. It's a huge operation, which you will see if you look at it. Go to the Ohio Breweries playlist on Beer to Whiskey, and you can find these guys in the interview that I did with the brewer, John Haggerty. But anyway, having said that, John,
We got to pull the parrot back out. He's a parrot, not a toucan. We decided.
Yeah, it's a parrot. This is a vintage bottle opener that was gifted to my father in 1953. It has gone with me all over the country. I've lived in a lot of places, and it's gone with me everywhere that I have been, and I still have it. And It's still the best bottle opener I've ever used. So
Does he have a name?
no, I've never named him.
Seems like an oversight.
I never thought of it that way until now, but now I'll think about it. Open the damn beers. Holy cow! What I go through for my art.
Seriously. Well, I'm going to let you pour yours.
Yeah, won't be.
I trust you. I think you can do it.
It won't be as pretty a pour as yours is, but I'm guessing.
This is actually not as dark as I thought it was going to be. On the pour. Now, pick it up and look at it. It's a real dark beer. So you
Yeah,
can
it
see
is.
some of those kind of, dark brown, sort of nutmeg colored highlights around the bottom of it, or sides of it.
I'll take your word for it. I also go ahead.
Also, we're looking into the light. I don't know what you
Well,
guys
that's
can
true. It's like looking to the headlights of an oncoming car here.
say. Yeah.
I also want to point out that because we're at my house, we're using my pint glasses, and in this case, we have a glass from Manayunk. Manayunk?
Sounds right.
I think that's
I
it.
don't. You know how to spell it better than me.
Brewing in Philadelphia, and that I think is the first pint glass I ever bought in my life, and I bought it in the I think late '80s, maybe early '90s, and this one is from Montana Brewing Company, which is in Billings, Montana, which I've been to several times, and they've got some pretty good beer. They have, I think, a vanilla porter that I find outstanding. Anyway,
It's fun that they're on the banks of the Schuylkill River for
Yep.
me. I dated a girl from Philadelphia for a while. I was engaged to her for a while, but we used to. My first experience of it was
John's a player.
the Schuylkill Expressway instead of the Schuylkill, which
Yeah.
I don't know if they still call it that anymore or not. But
I just
Anyway.
remember if you make a wrong turn, you wind up in New Jersey. That's
right,
all I remember.
Yeah, that too.
That's all I remember. So,
All right, well,
text Miss Lily.
cheers. There's a lot of that real sweet bread dough and caramel stuff right on the front of that.
Oh, wow. Do you remember what the ABV is in this?
11 and a half.
11 and a half. It's a big
Yeah.
one.
Wow, is that rich?
Is that something?
Wow.
It's
It's like I'm chewing. It's like taffy.
I was so impressed with these guys when I was there.
Still going too. Yeah, no, this is a big, rich bomb of caramel.
Yeah.
And, get some of that spice on the side, a little bit of the roast kind of carrying in on the foundation of it, but there's no mistaking that this, it's like chewing on taffy or real caramel. That's, wow.
Yeah. I could only drink one. I say that about a lot of the stuff that we try on this,
Well,
but
a lot of this is meant to be that way. At 11
Yeah,
and a half,
but-
you're not supposed to go drink
Yeah.
9 of them.
yeah, it's not because it isn't good. It's wonderful, but I wouldn't do more than one.
I wouldn't eat 4 plates of chocolate mousse either.
Oh, I might do that.
No.
I might do that. So, when you go to breweries in Dayton, there's another brewery on the playlist called Heavier Than Air, but there's a lot of the Wright brothers were from Dayton, so there are a lot of things that are related to the Wright brothers and flying and that sort of thing, which is what Warped Wing has to do with the wing that the Wright brothers developed, so the plane would actually take off. Argonaut sort of sounds aeronautic to some degree. I'm not sure what Argonaut really means, but Anyway, you'll find that in
There's Jason and the Argonauts.
Okay, which I don't know what that is because John's very weird and he's watched all this stuff, but I don't know what this. I don't know what it is exactly.
Watched, yes.
Yes, watched. Or read or whatever in the hell they did with it.
Yep,
I don't know what it is.
something.
But
It's good times.
yeah, this is a really
Now, this
good.
This is
big
remarkable.
beer.
So we did the same trick. If you watch our Breakside Salted Caramel Stout, we talked about this as well. Taking the beer out of the fridge half an hour before you want to drink it. So we're already a little ways into warming this beer,
Yeah.
but if we sat here with another half an hour and really let this beer sort of approach room temperature, I can only
It's
imagine
gonna get-
what's going.
It's
and
going to get huge.
Spoiler alert: we're going to do that.
You're just not going to get to see it.
Right. It's you'll be out looking for this stuff first,
Uh,
presumably.
Yeah, I am as every bit impressed with this beer as I was when I drank it at the brewery.
Well, this makes me really want to go try some of their other beers.
Uh,
This is outstanding. Like the way this presents itself, there's no mistaking this is a giant beer. And there's a case to be made for why you should not let people, if one's drinking a 12% beer, one should be aware, or one's going to die. But the way this presents itself as such a big beer and still stays balanced and still stays easy to drink, it's a bomb of caramel, but it's not offensive, it's not cloying, it's not overtly rich, it's just big.
and at this percentage, I'm getting absolutely
No, nothing, no booze.
no booze out of this
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
This is a fine beer, a fine big beer.
Yeah. Even over the 10 minutes we've been sitting here with it open, I'm starting to experience some new stuff. I'm starting to pull some of the dark fruit, some of the raisins and dates.
I'm getting that on the finish of it.
Get in on the nose.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not getting it off the nose yet, but I get it on the finish.
Man, that's fun. I can't wait to drink the rest of this. On that note, maybe we should send these people on their way.
They'd probably be better off doing something else than watching us finish
Well.
these glasses off.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
We got to make up a name for this guy between now and next time we have to use him.
I know. I'll work on it. I'll work on it.
Here's to that.
Sir, as always.
Cheers.